Hello everyone, Pavlo with you, and it's your daily dose of Ukrainian accent. Today we are going to talk about second version of popular affordable true wireless earphones. Some of you may already guessed it will be Moondrop Space Travel 2. First version of Space Travel became a huge bestseller because for their price, for $20, they offered great value and even supported features like active noise cancelling. And for the second version, Moondrop asks about $10 more, so their price is $30. But spec-wise, they didn't change much, and the main change was actually in companion app, adding parametric equalizer. Did they change much in sound? We'll find out in this review. So let's have a closer look. Package is small, but definitely looks pretty stylish. To be honest, I'm more a fan of previous color version because for first version they had black and orange. And this change to black and green gives me a bit of Alien vibes. Alien Isolation, if you played this game, so it's one of the scariest games ever. So not really lucky space travel for me. And still looks pretty well for this price, in my opinion. So let's take it out. All technical specifications are listed here. Most important is about 4 hours of work, slightly above 4 hours, but that's with active noise cancelling. Without ANC, you'll get more. 55 milliseconds delay, which is not great, not terrible, and supports of SBC AAC codecs. But really good connection quality. That's one of the strongest parts here. And here you'll get extra tips, 3 pair additional tips, and the USB Type A to USB Type C cable. So earpiece is wrapped in plastic. Let's remove it. And here is the case. I've seen some complaints that it has no lid, but in my opinion it looks pretty nice and definitely stylish. Now it didn't change much compared to the first version, just a bit of color changes. And after some usage, it's pretty convenient to push these earpieces from the side. You can grab them here, but in my opinion it doesn't make much sense. More convenient is just to push them this way and then put into your ears. Earpiece is made of black plastic. They have a good ergonomic shape, oval spouts. In general, fitting really well into ears, have sensor controls. Here are microphones, of course we'll test them. So everything that you can expect is here. Overall, I really like the usability. At least in my ears they hold well. They have pretty decent passive sound isolation. Of course not great, but kind of normal. And active noise cancelling also, of course, it's not to be compared with some high-end earphones, or at least earphones in $100 range. But it does its job relatively well, so it reduces noise, especially if it's some kind of monotone noise around you. It's not completely gone, you don't getting like absolute quietness or something like that. But to reduce unpleasant noises outside a little bit, they can definitely do that. So overall, it's a matter of expectations, in my opinion. For $30, they deliver a lot of good things. Normal sound isolation, normal active noise cancelling, and good wearing comfort and overall design. But of course, design is also a matter of preferences, but subjectively I like them. Earphones are supported by the Moondrop Link application. It's not perfect, there are some issues, but still it's mainly working and also looks nice, which I really like. It's neat and accurate. So first you can change active noise cancelling, selecting between 3 modes. And when you change them, you can hear absolutely hilarious sound effects in your earphones. Also, you can disable them when tapping the button. You can enable some of them. For example, transparency mode is just so here, so you can disable it if you don't need it. Function settings, mainly it's a gain setting. What means one bring two? Sorry, I have zero idea actually. Something mistranslated. And middle gain for me is more than enough in vast majority of cases. Tune EQ, it's 3 basic presets. You can see them by names. And custom equalizer, it's kind of a 5-band graphical equalizer, but it's not really convenient because you need to enter numbers here manually and then adjust gain and Q here. Not a perfect way of doing that, but still it allows you to adjust the sound. Also, you can download tons of online presets and share your own. Also, configuration file is basically the same online presets we've seen, but in the other menu. Then you can change settings of touch controls in a bit weird way, because they're fixed to the different sides, but you can select single, double, triple click, so at least some freedom of customization. And also you can update firmware and see user guide. So not perfect application, but overall kind of okay for everyday usage. Let's test microphones. I'm recording this part of the video with Moondrop Space Travel 2 microphones. I have a pretty loud noise of power inverter in the background. So we'll see, did they catch this noise or they managed to successfully isolate my voice. When it comes to the sound, I'd say that overall they are good for their price, and for overall I'd say they are acceptable. It's not the most technical true wireless earphones, not the most natural, but for $30 they deliver pleasant, enjoyable sound quality without any issues, noticeable issues that stands out or can distract you from enjoying music somewhere on the go or on the street. It's not something for critical listening, of course. Even Moondrop themselves have much more refined true wireless earphones, and in more expensive segments we have a lot of much better models. But for $20-30 that they ask for Space Travel 1 and Space Travel 2, we are getting really nice sound. It's balanced, it has accents on the lows and in the treble area, but not too much. So amount of bass actually is almost perfect to my ears. It's not a bass head earphones and they lacking deeper layers of bass, but mid bass has nice weight and utilization is pretty okay. Texturing is good. Of course, you won't hear any single tiny nuance, but in general, instruments will sound refined with good enough quality. And first example, it's Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple, live version, pretty nice guitars, bit simplified percussion, nice drum kicks, and when bass starts, it's lacking a bit of refinement, but overall sounding pretty well defined and with proper amount of body. Mids are balanced, not trying to be super detailed, but at the same time female vocal sounds good. Distorted guitars have nice aggression when it's necessary. Not technical monster by any means, but pretty forgiving for the quality of records. And with okay records, you will get that nuances and details, but of course not super highlighted. Imagery stage is about average in width and slightly below average in depth, but in general sounds pretty nice. And Example for the mid frequencies will be Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Nice, enjoyable drum line at the beginning, lacking a bit of definition and speed too, but still pretty tight and engaging. And vocal and guitars are normal. Okay, for $30, probably I'd call them good. And treble, slightly boosted to compensate low frequencies, but not too much. Not too sharp or too fatiguing, so overall good amount of treble to compensate low frequencies and to give you basic overtones. Don't expect here extended overtones or something like layering, and overall extension is kind of okay, not even close to maximum, but still pretty good for this price. And example is Winx by Søren Bebe Trio. Nice, complex jazz with lot of nuances. Of course, it's better to listen it with something much more expensive and varied, but still pretty enjoyable with good amount of overtones to make instrument sounds realistic. When it comes to comparisons, only model I know in this price range is first Space Travel. And there is not much difference in terms of sound between these two models. First Space Travel sounds a bit more defined on the mids. Here I hear slightly better treble, but I won't call this difference huge. It seems that main difference is actually the equalizer that this model have. So if you are not into equalizing, you can save $10 and go for the first Space Travel, or for $30 get first version of Space Travel with leather case. And I know that Moondrop also released the Space Travel 2 Ultra with planar driver, but haven't heard them. We'll try to get them in future for reviews. But overall, if you're looking for a model with equalizer option and in the affordable segment, here is a nice model for you to try. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.